According to AAA, the most common problems that they get calls on and things that are very easy to address before you head on the road are two main points. First off is the tires. Good idea to check the owner's manual, see what the correct tire pressure needs to be for your car as recommended by the manufacturer. Also, you want to check the tread depth. If these tires are not up to snuff, are not able to do their job, especially as you're going into wet or potentially icy conditions, this is your connection with the road. You want to make sure they're right. Another place to check is the battery, and this is the thing that we often neglect. It's real easy to check. Just look at the terminals. If they seem corroded and neglected, get into a GM certified dealer, have them have a look at those posts, have the battery itself tested, make sure it's putting out enough cranking power, because as the weather gets cold, the battery needs to even put out more juice. And if it's not right, go ahead and get it replaced. It's not expensive and it can save you a lot of trouble down the road. Well, while you've got the hood up, it's a good idea to also check the oil, make sure that it's clean and sufficiently filled. And if you're going into an area that's even colder than normal, you might want to even think about changing the viscosity in that. So your GM certified dealer can help you with that. Another thing is, when it comes to fluids, is looking at the windshield washer fluid. And this is something that we often neglect during the summertime. Not only do you want to have that reservoir filled, but also with a low temperature grade fluid. There's nothing like hitting that button and getting a windshield covered with fluid, which turns into an ice rink right away. So you want to make sure it's the right thing. And when you're talking about wiping, let's make sure you get good wipers as well. These are neglected over the summertime, especially if you live in an area that's dry or hot. This rubber can start to get cracked and not create a good seal with the window. It's just not going to do the job that it's there for. A little preparation can go a long way. So when you're going out on a road trip, you want to make sure you've got some simple things that don't take up a lot of weight or space. Flashlight and some extra batteries, a first aid kit, a kit with emergency supplies and some tools. Let's be honest, something we should have in the car with us anyway. Some bottles of water for your passengers, some extra food as well. I think something like this trail mix bars or granola bars, a good idea to keep. If somebody in your vehicle needs some extra medication, if you're going to be stuck at the side of the road, avoid a medical emergency by bringing along some extra of that. And then lastly, as kind of proven by the hurricane in New York, we saw that the cell phone was a real lifeline for a lot of folks. So make sure you've got a cell phone charger for your car as well. There's nothing that makes me crazier than to hear somebody start up their car in a cold parking lot somewhere and drive off right away. They're really putting their engine in peril, and that's because you're not giving a chance for the oil to get around within the engine to get to the proper operating temperature. Not only is it protecting the engine, but it's also improving your fuel efficiency. So the best kind of rule of thumb is to sit there, and when you start to feel the heat coming through the vents, then you know the engine's warm and that's a safe time to drive off. And if you're in an area that's experiencing a lot of snow and also has some hills around, it's a good idea to think about investing in some snow tires. And my suggestion is get some snow tires installed onto an extra set of wheels so you don't have to be swapping them back and forth. You can just real quick and easy just to put the new wheels on the car, really make a big difference in your drive.